Parsons for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on the DAZN app, where you can buy the fight. Fury-Usyk this weekend. Eduardinho was just seen the press conference. Yeah. Quite tame, actually.
We sat there as fans.
I know.
I was almost, well, I was in awe of Fury and Usyk up there. So excited to watch this fight on Saturday. What an incredible night. Great undercard as well, great action. Don't get much bigger than this here in Riyadh. Ready for the zone to put on a great show. Thank you to His Excellency for bringing everybody together to create history for the sport.
Quite a tame press conference.
Very tame.
What do we take
Look,
from
I think the thing is, when you keep bringing people together, sometimes it's like you have one off. You have one off. You know, like, so this was the one off. Tomorrow at the weigh-in, it'll probably be a little bit more lively. I think sometimes the fighters go, do you know what? I can't actually be bothered to go at it again. Let's just get this over. Oh, tune, Dillian Whyte. And but I think you'll see it tomorrow. They know what it means. They know what's on the line, and it's the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world.
In the face-off there, Tyson Fury choosing not to lock eyes with Oleksandr Usyk. Why, do you reckon?
I don't know. Mind games. I don't know if you can really get into these blokes' minds. You know, I mean, Fury's used to getting into people's minds. I don't think he's going to do that against Oleksandr Usyk. Who knows how they're really feeling? I'm sure they're in great shape. Like all top-level sport, it really comes down to who performs on the night. You can have a great camp, you can have a great career. If you don't perform for those 36 minutes, but that's what the greats do. So I believe you'll see a great fight on Saturday.
Just on the undercard, obviously, Jai Opetaia with a rematch against Mairis Briedis, the first rematch that Mairis Briedis has taken in his career. He says win, lose or draw, he will retire after this fight. What more does the Latvian have to give? And Jai Opetaia, an absolute
star.
That's
a bad sign for me. I think Opetaia's going to win this fight by knockout, but Briedis is a tough man. And if you watch the first fight, you know this is going to be a war. So respect to everybody, you know. And oh, Ryan Garcia has been slung out.
He's been slung out?
I believe so.
Interesting. He didn't. Well, I suppose let's pick up on that.
Maybe not, I don't know. So, thought he had his hands behind his back, I don't know.
Let's pick up on that then. I interviewed him about 2 hours ago now, and I tried to sort of play the old Eddie Hearn defence actually. I said to him, Eddie Hearn has said guilty until...
You don't have to worry about defending me to Ryan Garcia. The blokes are, you know, honestly, like I keep listening to the guy. I keep giving him almost like the benefit of the doubt time and time again of saying, I don't know what more I can say. I'm half standing up for him.
That's what I said.
But fuck him. If he don't want me to do that, I'll just tell the truth. I'll double down on the truth, which is he's failed 2 drug tests before the fight with Devin Haney. So whatever, he can do what he wants. I saw your interview with him.
Said he's going to punch you.
But listen, he can do what he wants. He's a professional boxer. He will very likely land first and probably knock me out clean. But if I get hold of him, I've got half a chance. But listen, as I said in the interview with Coogan, things ain't too good for Ryan Garcia. If he wants to lay hands on me, we'll see how it goes for him.
Just on that, he's obviously quote tweeted now saying that people are trying to stitch him up and that, oh, relax Eddie, I didn't say I was going to hit you hard.
At the end of the day, if someone tells you they're going to chin you,
don't matter if it's hard or not, right?
No, it doesn't matter if I'm hard or not, because I'm not hard. But if you tell me you're going to chin me, I'm also not a mug. It's just going to like pander away to the corner and just let someone chin me and knock me spark out. But anyway, he's an idiot. Like, I don't know what's wrong with right. You know, I keep hearing about, oh no, it was all a wind up, this, you know, the way I was behaving. I like the guy. I've actually had his back in a lot of this situation, but if he wants to be like that, fuck him.
I don't understand it, and you would have seen it throughout the whole build-up, right, in Brooklyn for the Devin Haney fight, and before we all thought it was an act, and then everything after. But even today, it all just feels a bit weird. What is it? Do you know? Like,
why don't you ask him? You interviewed him.
Yeah, but he's just like.
Why is it up to me to comment about how Ryan Garcia is behaving?
Yeah, but why don't you ask him? What can that be down to all of a sudden?
Why don't you ask him?
Well, if I got a chance to have it before he walked out the interview.
You interviewed him today for about 2
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah.
You know, rather than just brown nose him, why don't you actually ask the questions people
brown nose him?
Why didn't you say to him? Why didn't you say to him, Ryan, I've got a question for you. I've got a question for you. Tell me about the 2 failed tests. Rather than just, oh, Eddie Hearn set me up.
Did you see the whole interview?
Whatever, I don't, listen. I don't know, I want to find out why he got dragged out.
Okay.
Didn't come for me, I don't know. As a result, I'm glad I went over there.
His Excellency's revealed a couple of fights he'd like to make, and obviously if they're over stateside you will be dead involved, I'm sure. Gervonta Davis and Inoue, if a weight could be agreed, I'm sure that's something, I mean, goosebumps when you talk about a fight like that.
Yeah, and look, you know, there are two fights there where you've got obviously Inoue, Gervonta Davis, Crawford against Canelo. There's massive weight discrepancies in both fights, but they're fantasy fights, and His Excellency loves doing stuff outside of the box. So we'll see what's possible. As I understand it, Inoue might be fighting in September, Gervonta Davis is fighting in June, but listen, anything's possible in this mad game.
Anything that you can tease us on a Matchroom, DAZN standpoint that we've got coming?
Yeah, we got July 6th, we'll be announcing in London very soon. A big fight hopefully on August the 24th as well. And that's wedged in between obviously this show, Catterall Taylor, the 5v5, Subriel Matias' defence of his world title, Bam against Estrada, Jaron Ennis' homecoming in July. So we're absolutely rammed to the rafters and ready to keep this incredible boxing journey going.
Edward, just a few more from me. Taylor Catterall, we didn't get to speak about it last week. The reception online's been brilliant already going into Leeds next week. We know that it took a few things for the fight to get over the line, but now, next week, just how excited are you and how do you envision it playing out another fiery fight week? Yeah,
I mean, look, at the end of the day, I think that is one of the biggest fights that can be made in British boxing. The story's there, the narrative's there. We know what happened last time out, it's now irrelevant. Probably the baddest blood I've ever seen in a fight. Next week's going to be incredible, and you're going to see a great fight in Leeds on DAZN as part of your subscription. So another reason to buy the pay-per-view on DAZN this Saturday night, because you're also getting Jack Catterall against Josh Taylor and the incredible schedule on DAZN.
Lastly from me,
for the same price where you can buy it elsewhere for one night.
Shout out DAZN. Lastly from me, just caught up with Frank Warren just there. You both smile when you're talking about each other. He says he likes working with you. You say you like working with him. Have you rubbed shoulders at all yet this week?
I just said hello up there. You know, I've been with George in a few meetings most of the day today, and you know, I'm enjoying it. We're enjoying. Look, we're fight fans. I just sat there and watched this press conference on a ledge with Ben Davison and Lee and Barry and the boys and Moses and so like we're happy to be here. You know what I mean? For everything that we've done in boxing or whatever. We're very honoured to be in this opportunity, this position. And again, I know we always thank His Excellency, but he's the one that's brought this together. So thank you to him. Let's have a great night on Saturday night, back in the UK, America, wherever you are in the world. Enjoy this fight, enjoy this night and this incredible run we have coming up.
Lastly from me and Hearny want to know, has the big man got a bit of paddle in him?
Possibly. We'll
have to, have you ever played?
Yeah, the knee's not great. I'm going to have another run tomorrow. We'll see how we go.
Okay, Edward, thank you very much for your time. Cheers, mate.